My question also. We just follow this order, right? Because for first, my like, I just have one line in between, like no solid question.
Hello, everyone. Maybe we can start the panel discussion. Good afternoon again, and welcome to Seed 1.0's flagship panel discussion, Seeds of Change, Turning Sustainability into Action. Today, we bring together 5 extraordinary voices: wisdom, vision, community, technology, and education, all in one conversation. So I would like to invite one by one our panelists. First, Mr. John Janday, founder of Panpan Center. Sir, please have a seat here. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Bargab Mohandas, founder of DN69 family. Mr. Das, please have a seat over there. Next, I would like to call Kun Rampai Noi Kiao, co-founder of Grow DN69 and lead of Panya Forest Project, to sit at the center. Next, I would like to call Mr. Tawisak Ong Kiam, CEO Shushuk, to also be part of our panel. Last but not the least, I would like to invite Professor Dieter Trau, Director of AITEC, to join us. So for our opening reflection, I would like to ask each of the panelists. We hear the word sustainability a lot, but sustainability has a different meaning for a different person. So individually, I would like to ask, starting with P. John, what sustainability means to you?
For me, the meaning of sustainability is the way of living that we can live last very long and enjoy it. Everybody enjoy it and last very long. It's like make life fun. Have a lot of fun and last very long. That's the meaning that I think about. To do like that, I think we need to understand about how to be self-reliant. Self-reliant is the base of sustainable living. Because if we cannot rely on ourselves, we have to rely on some big corporation. Whenever our life depends on in the hand of big corporation, it will never be sustained itself. So that's the meaning I'm thinking about.
Thank you, P. John. How about Mr. Barkab in the vision of DN69 family? What is your definition of sustainability?
Well, nothing that not that different from what Pijo just said. Because you see, like I've lived most of my life in the corporates, so over there, sustainability lives only on the papers, because in the quarterly document, sustainability index, and so on and so forth. But I think sustainability is having a far more broader aspect. It's actually very simple. That I think the word itself has the meaning. What do we mean by sustainable? Just literally, if we write in dictionary sustainable, what does it mean? That it has to sustain, right? So anything that helps us to sustain without depending, staying self-reliant in the process, that I believe is sustainability. But now, okay, talking from DN69 family perspective, that how we maintain sustainability, right? So we are not just focusing on the materialistic requirements, but what we are trying, if you see the entire spectrum, right? So Tungesh presented about CNES rating not so long ago. So what actually it says, it just talks about sustainability within the environment, right? So that is one aspect, like we work on what we need to be sustainable in the environment. We work out where do we stand and we provide the solutions, and that solution can be anything. It can be installing solar cells, it can be doing organic farming, it can be, doing recycling of waste and so on and so forth. But apart from that, what we are focusing more on the thing to enhance sustainability in the real sense is empowering people and enabling people. In fact, like enhancing the potential that is available and try to make it relevant to the existing world, like what I was trying to mention earlier also. Like, let's bring all the innovative things into the mainstream, right? So that's why when we are taking innovative initiatives like Grow 69, where it's purely a woman-led organic system, right? So in fact, in addition to that, we are also focusing on certain other aspects of sustainability as well. For example, one of our family company also looks after the aspects like finance, legal, assurance, because think sometimes what happens, like when we talk about sustaining in the society, but then we get sort of, there are possibilities that we don't get our due because sometimes either we don't know the legal aspects or sometimes, we are misled. So that's why we're just trying to bring that sense of self-reliance and assuring that everyone that is associated with the family can live with their head high and do not have to depend on anyone, not even within the family. Every single member within the family, I want we really want them to see no need to depend on anyone. They can then go through they just fall in the system, and then that takes care of the entire proceeding. Yeah, that's very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Barkov. So talking about sustainability is good, but doing action is even better. So I would like to ask our woman panelist, Kun Rampai, in the aspect of being a woman, co-founder of Panya Forest, and also as a mother and wife, what is your perspective and definition of sustainability?
Thank you. Actually, sustainability is sometimes some people think it's permanent. Sustainability, you have to understand first, it's longevity or something lasts long, right? But it's not about material worth or for me, sustainability is allow the natural circle to flow, allow the flow to go as it is, because humans tend to control. Because we control, that is not sustained. We try to control many things, and it's break the circle of life, and it's not sustained. So with like our ancestor or indigenous people live in the way of sustainable before, because they allow the nature circle to go as they are. They observe from the animals, for example, the elephant. They roam around the big area of forest, and they never stay at one place too long. And every 7 years they come back. And along the journey, they generate the seed. So this is sustained. Like for us, human used to be nomad. Now we are settled in one place. But in the order to control things, like even making house, we try to make it permanent. But we use natural building. We need to fix it every year. And like I said, the activity of replaster or refix the house is community building. So sustainability for me is to live the life like natural flow, in everything, because it's in the circle of things. Even time, sometimes we see time yesterday, today, tomorrow, like this, birth, stay, and death. But actually, it's the circle. You can see the world, the earth will circle themselves, the moon will circle the earth, and so both of them circle the sun, right? So it's rotate. If we allow the rotation of life, then it becomes sustained. So I don't know if that makes sense, but that how I understand the sustainable.
Thank you so much. So moving on, Kun Tawisak, how about you, sir? Being the owner, founder of Shushuk, how do you define sustainability?
ค่ะก็มีคำถามว่าความยั่งยืนในความหมายของพี่คืออะไร
ครับในความหมายในความยั่งยืนของในตัวของผมเองนะครับ คือเอ่อทุกสิ่งทุกอย่างนะครับมันต้องเชื่อมโยงกันทั้งหมดนะครับ ไม่ว่าจะเป็นเรื่องของการจัดการเรื่องของธรรมชาติในการจัดการสิ่งแวดล้อม หรือแม้แต่กระทั่งชีวิตประจำวันอย่างผมอยู่ในพื้นที่ที่อยู่ระหว่างเมืองและเกษตรด้วยกัน มันก็จะเกิดความแตกต่างกันตรงนี้นะครับ
ขอบแรกนะคะ so he talking about sustainability for him is about connection or interconnectedness even in his daily life or even how to manage the resources or yes I can catch and also the connection between the daily life and the city life, business, or yeah, something like this. Sorry, I cannot.
เพราะฉะนั้นเราจะทำยังไงให้เกิดการเชื่อมโยงกันระหว่างคนเมืองกับสังคมเกษตร ซึ่งมันอยู่ติดกับที่บ้านที่ผมอยู่ที่บางกระเจ้านะครับ ซึ่งตรงนี้เองเนี่ยถ้ามันเชื่อมต่อกันได้นะครับ ก็สามารถที่จะสร้างความยั่งยืนให้กับชุมชน หรือว่าสังคมในพื้นที่ทั้งในเมืองและนอกเมืองได้
ค่ะ so for example how we build relationship with the local and the people in the city in terms of like support each other in terms of growing. For example, in his village around Bangkachao, there are a producer that growing something, and there's a city people who as a consumer, how we connect them together. So yeah.
นะครับ ก็ตัวนี้ก่อน
So that is also part of the sustainability for him is to connect the elements of the nature together, like producer, consumer, yeah, all things. Yeah. So thank you.
And how about Professor Dieter in terms of, as in academia setting, because as a professor, maybe would you like to expand on this sustainability meaning?
Say, as a person to live or as an organization or corporate, to operate with resources that exist and not to take more than you can generate. I mean, that's very clear. That's also there for the carbon cycle, right? That's what we do with decarbonization. For the carbon cycle, it's very clear, but it's for many, many other resources. It also is there. I mean, water is also very easy to understand in this context, but also resources of the company or resources of people, or like time and money in a way is also part of it to generate and create at least as much as you take out of the system. Yeah. Or if you do this, then you are sustainable over the long run.
Thank you so much to all the panelists. It boils down to, I think, SDG 12, responsible consumption and production. So if we're responsible for what we produce and also what we consume, right? If we consume more than we need, then it will be overproduction. And of course, it's a chain reaction. So I think this is integrated to what we are talking about, and we support UN SDGs. For the next question, so we move from vision to community action. So how do we actually move the vision of sustainability into action, actionable, like practical, you can say advice or explanation how we can actually do this? Maybe anyone from the panel can just, answer this one.
Bring the idea of sustainability to practical way of living. I think the main thing we need to focus on our thinking first. The first thing is about respect. If we respect the resources, respect everything, respect life, we will consume things with respect. Whenever we have respect, we will consume with consciousness, and then everything will not disappear, will not extinct, because we respect them. We consume only what we really need, and we think about how can we use it last very long, make it last very long. I think that part is very important thing for me, that I use a lot, is respecting, to respect all the resources that I use. When I work with the soil, respect the soil. I don't put chemical on the soil. I don't rob the soil, the water, the plant, mineral, things like that. We use it with consciousness, with respect. I think this part is the most important part for me, that I think my next generation, my son, my next generation can have it if we're not finished in my life. So if I think like this, I enjoy it. I have it only what I need. So respect is the most important part of it for me. And then another thing is we consume things, we live in the way that we don't want to take too much. We don't want to consume too much, more than we need. We don't want to consume more than we need, but we can share more and then give a chance for nature to propagate themselves more. So that's the way I think we can make it into practical life easily.
Yeah, maybe I can add a little bit to this, because I learned to live more sustainable when I stay on my sailboat. So I live for 10 years on my sailboat. The sailboat has very limited resources. It's relatively small. You cannot take much weight. And there I really learned I don't want things because everything I put on my boat will go deeper and deeper and deeper in the water. If I go deeper and deeper in the water, I will be more slow and slower and slower when I go from A to B or want to see some place. So in one way, my boat is very small and very limited in one, but I'm owning the entire ocean. I can go everywhere. So if you stay to live in a small place or live on a boat, actually you don't want to buy anything anymore because you don't really need it. And on my boat, I have a simple rule. If I don't have used something in the last 6 months, actually I don't need it. It has to go, not necessary. And if you do this, you will find out you need much less than you think. Actually, most things we don't really need them. We don't need them.
I want to add a little bit more, because Before that, I cannot think about the English word. It not never come out, but now I think about it because there's two words that I feel like is the most important part. The first is respect. The second is fairness. Fairness, like if I do business, I need to be fair to everybody in that involved with my business, my staff, the material and everything need to be fair. Whenever we feel fair, we fair with everything, that is sustainable. But whenever we are not fair, we have some bias, we greedy, we take too much from other people. And then it will be a big conflict, big problem, and big idea to take advantage of other people. That is the disaster.
นะครับในของผมเองเนี่ยนะครับเครื่องมือที่มาช่วยเนี่ยนะครับเราต้องดูที่ของการจัดการของเราเองนะครับซึ่งตอนนี้เนี่ยนะครับปัญหาของเราเองเนี่ยของกลุ่มที่อยู่ที่บางกระเจ้า หรือจะเป็นของที่เราทำงานอยู่นะครับก็เป็นเรื่องของการต้องการวัตถุดิบในเรื่องของการทำปุ๋ยทำอะไรพวกนี้มาให้เกษตรกรในการปลูกพืชต่อแต่คนในเมืองขาดก็คืออาหารแต่มีสิ่งที่ทิ้งเสียก็คือตัวเศษอาหารกลับกลายเป็นว่ามันกลับด้านกันแต่ทำไงให้ไอ้สองตัวเนี้ยมันมาเชื่อมกันได้นะครับก็คือตัวกลางของมันก็คือเกษตรกรต้องการปุ๋ยนะครับแต่คนในเมืองต้องการอาหารเพราะเราแต่พอกลับกลายเป็นว่าตัวเศษทิ้งเศษอาหารต่างๆที่เกิดขึ้นมาเราก็จับตัวเนี้ยนะครับเป็นตัวตั้งต้นว่าเราจะเอาอะไรเข้าไปเป็นเครื่องมือแล้วเราสิ่งที่เราขาดก็คือปุ๋ยเพราะฉะนั้นปุ๋ยเราต้องการคือเราต้องสร้างปุ๋ยให้ได้เราก็เลยคิดเครื่องมือที่มาจากจัดการเชื่อมโยงกันกับคนในเมืองกับคนในสังคมเกษตรที่อยู่กันใกล้กันในแค่เมืองแค่นั้นเอามาเชื่อมโยงกันในเรื่องของสิ่งที่เขาขาดหายไปกับสิ่งที่เขาต้องการมาเชื่อมโยงกันเท่านั้นเอง
So for him, no, for bringing the idea of sustainable to the action is like he bringing his passion into the understanding and analysis the existing fact that's already there. For example, to connect the local to the city is what the local farmer they need ingredient or วัตถุดิบก็คือ ingredient เนอะ ingredient to put in the soil, the compost and things like that. But the city people need food. But then after the food, it become waste. So for that solution, he come with idea is like, oh yeah, what can Shusho connect in action to bring sustainable to the community is like, okay, then we can take that food waste into making compost and give to the local, right? So then now, like I said, it's become the circle. It's become that infinity sign of sharing. So it's become sustain. So then I can add in there, for me, to bring to the action, it starts from yourself, from one person. Because like this, you come and listen to all of us who already experience things, but how can you yourself understand this thing and put into action? How can you respect things if you not understand? There's an astronaut that went out to live in outside space for 178 days and look back to the earth. And he said, we all live in the lie. Lie is fake because all society focus on economy first. And it's come to society and it's come to the planet. But we all live in one fragile planet. And the most important thing we should look is the planet, because there's no border when you look from the moon to the earth. It's just one planet. There's no border between poor and rich or like classes and things like that. So it should come, the first thing is one planet and then society and then already everyone have all the resources. So my point is to bring to action, you need to understand what is respect for you, what is relationship that you build with these thing that we have. And it's only one planet that we have. And the fact that it's already there that we don't see our connection, either Indian, Chinese, Nepal, and people are fighting right now because they don't see the connection. And so no respect. That's why the wars happen, right? But my point is like to start to respect, it starts from yourself. Are you respect yourself right now? You bring yourself in here. You respect yourself, but are you respect yourself to open enough to understand what we are trying to send a message to you? Or you coming here because, okay, this opportunity for me, and I just look at my phone, kill the time and whatever, right? So respect yourself is bringing yourself in here to open your mind into something like, okay, then I can, oh, maybe this one can be inspiration for something, and then I go try it. Because understand it's come from the action, from the experience, right? And when you understand it, that is already happened, the sustainable, it's come to an action. So I think.
Yeah, just to add a little, because I think most of the points have been covered already. So I'll just keep it very short from my side. Just two things. One, what I personally foresee as a implementation of sustainability in life. So the life has taught me two things that makes things much easier, and then So first, I think we just need to get rid of this hunger to become successful in this stereotype. The stereotype meaning. So that hunger for success, and second thing, the fear of losing the opportunities of success. So the moment we get rid of that hunger to be too successful, or that fear, like fear of losing opportunities, but instead of that, focus on becoming the best version of ourselves. Like what Pedro very rightly mentioned, that every single event that occurs, try to learn what we have to learn, and then become a better version of yourself. So I think if we can focus on this thing, then we can add automatically, we are self-sustainable, because you see, we don't have too much of hunger, which can create stress on ourselves, which reduces our ability to think. And there is no fear to lose anything. That in fact makes our mind again free of, that fear of loss that can again lose our. So that means we have cut down two things that can reduce our capability. Then rest, try and learn every single day, and then that's how we enhance our ability to. And if we can get these three things in order, I think we are good enough to promote at least to be sustainable ourselves, because we have to be sustainable ourselves. Otherwise, we cannot go and preach about sustainability. We have to feel ourselves that I'm sustainable, no matter what. I have money, I don't have money, doesn't matter. I feel I'm okay. I don't have to, I'm not in any problem. So that's the first thing. The second thing, of course, sharing is caring. Whatever we think is beneficial to us, let's share. And that's how we can get better. That's what I'm practicing myself in the day-to-day affairs. In addition to that, maybe one thing that I really foresee, that maybe, I don't know, in my lifetime it'll become a reality or not. The thing is that, as Kun Rampai said, or in fact, Professor Dieter also mentioned, Kun John also mentioned about using as much as we need. Why we need more? And because you see, the world is abundant. It has abundance of everything. I would just use the word resources. When I say resources, it includes wealth, power, everything. But look at the distribution, right? The distribution it's very concentrated, be it the wealth, be it the power. So that like a country of hundreds of millions of people, decision is made by 20 odd people, because they have the entire power and they're backed up by the people who has all the money, right? So I think we need to see sustainable ways of decentralizing that control. And how can we do it? By enabling or empowering the every nook and corner of the society. And then again, that's why I'm again going back to this seed 1.0 objective, because what we are doing, which seems to be a bit off to many of you, I believe, you know, like I've been using the word mainstream from that perspective, because what is being done in terms of be it the earthen house, be it the composting technique, be it the organic farming, all these things actually, you see, I mean, we're talking about doing all these great things at a very low cost as well. So that means what is it? We can make all these things which has a tagline of a very high price tag in the commercial world. We actually have the skills of getting them, you know, into the common world and make it more available to the people. So I think at least we can try through this platform of Seed 1.0 to put the seed of this, you know, making these innovative aspects. And that's how I believe we can contribute to the sustainability. At least what I personally feel, Pedro, maybe at least a couple of community we try and make it fully self-reliant, you know, so that we are not talking about generating unnecessary abundance of profit, nothing like that. But I think with our efforts, we can give all these skills, all these efforts, its due recognition, and then accordingly we can empower people who actually require it, and then we can have a decentralization of this power and wealth, whatever we call it, basically the thing that controls the whole world, which is taking the entire world to a different direction of conflicts. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Barkab. I like it that you summarize it by saying that we should be the best version of ourselves. As a human being, we have choice. All of us have choice, and we can choose to respect. We can choose to respect nature, planet, other people around us, our neighbors, and ourselves. So it's just a matter of respect and being the best version of ourselves. We should not always think about what is the status quo, right? So even though we have different friends around us, community, but we have to see, are they doing the right thing or not? Should we follow them or not? We have to think and we have to discern what is the right thing going forward. I believe Tungish has a question for our panelists. Tungish?
Thank you, Jennifer, and thank you to the list. Now, moving on to our another theme, the theme second on technology and simplicity. So for this theme, I would like to initially ask Khun Tabisak. Your company Sushok is building a world-class composting machine, and that too locally made in Thailand. Now with DN69 families connected, like with our collaboration, we are also working out on a IoT integrated composting machine that also made in Thailand. And for Pijo, you through your actions, through your inspiring talk, you always remind us that solutions need to be as simple as possible. How do we live simply? How can we operate on a daily basis by making the things easier, solution easier? So we have two components. One is technology and the other one is simplicity. So my question, firstly, I'll be asking to Khun Tabisak is, can simplicity and technology complement each other, or can they go hand in hand with each other? And if they do, how does it do so?
ค่ะก็ประมาณอ่าคำถามเข้าใจแล้วใช่ไหมคะ
พอได้นะครับในเรื่องของในส่วนของชูชกที่เราทำเครื่องย่อยขยะอินทรีย์ขึ้นมานะครับ เราดูที่ว่าเราใช้เทคโนโลยีที่เบสิกที่สุดนะครับ แล้วก็จัดการง่ายและใช้งานง่ายที่สุดนะครับ แล้วก็ทุกคนสามารถใช้ได้นะครับ แล้วก็ต้องเป็นของคนไทยด้วยนะครับ ซึ่งตัวนี้เองเนี่ยเป็นสิ่งที่เราประดิษฐ์คิดค้นขึ้นมาเองนะครับสำหรับคนไทยโดยเฉพาะ แล้วก็จุลินทรีย์ก็จะเป็นจุลินทรีย์ที่ใช้กับคนไทยโดยเฉพาะ เพราะฉะนั้นจะมาใช้กับในส่วนของทุกระบบในส่วนของการจัดการขยะในบ้านเราได้ทั้งหมดนะครับแล้วก็ยังมีเรื่องระบบ IoT ต่างๆ ที่เราเชื่อมโยงกันนะครับกับทางคุณดาสนะครับ DN69 ซึ่งเป็น IoT ที่จะมาช่วยเรื่องของการจัดการการเก็บข้อมูลต่างๆนะครับเพื่อที่จะมาชี้วัดในเรื่องของการลดการปล่อยก๊าซเรือนกระจกได้ด้วยนะครับอันนี้คือที่เรากำลังทำกันอยู่เพื่อที่จะส่งเสริมการจัดการขยะจริงๆ
คือคำตอบก็คือมันไปด้วยกันได้ So definitely what he explained is definitely simplicity and technology can compromise and go hand in hand with each other for sure. From what the example that he already said, that every part of the machine was built in Thailand locally, and the system iOS that cooperate with DN69 family also local, and the EM ใช่ไหมคะ Julian C microorganism that he used is also local and can use they just all ingredient food weight from all Thailand. So definitely the answer is yes. And how to he already mentioned. Yeah.
A small part on this
Sure.
one, because see, the thing is that just answering your question, simplicity and technology. So you see, like the entire solution that Kunta Visak invented, it's local and it's a very simple procedure of, but then again, like how technology plays a role in it, because in today's commercial, at least at this point of time, we need evidence for everything. We need quantification for everything. We need certification for everything. So when we put technology into this simple thing, automatically it becomes how to say, a proven evidence in the current standards as well. So that's how simplicity and technology can complement each other. Yeah.
Thank you. Pijo, would you like to answer this question?
When we talk about simplicity, many people always assume that these people are people who refuse money, who refuse technology, who refuse the progress, or some high technology. Actually, to be simplicity, we don't need to refuse anything. We use everything, but we use with awareness. We use with awareness. We work, we make money, we do business like a normal people, but we work with awareness that we will respect and fair to everybody. That's the main thing. And then the most important thing is we want to decentralize everything, because to be sustainable, it have to be easy for everybody to access to it. Appropriate technology will be the most simple thing for us. But if it's more high tech, more monopolized, it's harder for us. But we can gather together, create the big group, have like co-op or something like that to be able to use it together. Like we live together. Not everybody have to have a car. We don't need that. We 20 people live together, we have only one car. So we did not refuse technology. We didn't refuse to anything. We use everything because when we have it, there's no reason to refuse it. But how can we use it? With mindfulness. So that part is more useful because we want to make it simple, make it easy for us. When we talk about simplicity, it doesn't mean we like to make our life harder. We want to make it easier and better. That's the point. So it can go together, no problem.
Thank you, Pijo. Now, Professor Dieter, coming from educational or a research background, can you share your insights on like how education or innovation can complement the synergy between simplicity and technology? How does education or innovation take part in this synergy action?
Yeah, I think at the end, good technology is at the end simple. It makes it more easy to last, to work, and so on. I myself, some technologies I developed myself, I think they were too complicated. They are in the space of life science, and they had too many interfaces. You know, certain technologies, we have interfaces between biology using biomolecules and materials and digital signals, analog signals, too many interfaces. On every interface and everywhere, there can be a problem. And so it's good to really make things simple as possible to fulfill the function and generate the value proposition, but not simpler. So we have to find the exact level of simplicity. And of course, so my background is I'm a chemist and engineer. Of course, I believe in technology, but at the end, it works best if it's not over engineered, or you don't add features which are really not necessary for the main value proposition and the function for which it's designed. Yeah.
Thank you, all the panelists. I think now we can move on to the next theme.
Okay, our next theme is empowering the next generation. So most of our audience here are students. They are the future leaders. So how do we empower them in every days for them to succeed in sustainability? So any one of our panelists can answer this too.
Okay, so maybe let me start with this. So I think I truly believe that what has been happening over the last 24 hours, and of course we have further sessions tomorrow with a field trip. I believe it in a way, because what is empowerment? Empowerment is about improving ourselves, right? It's not just about empowering through the commercial means. So I believe that the empowerment process has already been started. Thanks so much to Professor Dieter, Ms. Jennifer, and the entire team of EC to facilitate that. And I believe we can put it through. In fact, at this opportunity, I would just like to announce that we have decided, seeing the response of this existing SEED 1.0. So we have actually decided that we will go for a SEED 2.0 on 29th of January, 2026, to actually extend this initiative, and with a much bigger and better, in fact, with a proper field experience in Chiang Mai. So it can be actually taken as a holiday in Chiang Mai, with field experience, and of course expanding what we are doing now. In addition to that, the way I see it, I believe we should talk more, we should exchange more ideas, discussions, and that's how also it's another way of empowering, right? Like more we share, better we get. And so for the next generation, I believe comes with tremendous opportunities. Like personally, like the way I see myself, during my initial part of my career, I grew really fast. So there was a time all my working friends were at least 20 years plus, more than, elder than me. So I grew up throughout the period working with mostly people who are more than 20 years or more older than me, but now have shifted the focus to the generation that is 20 years or more younger than me. So I believe that is a practical way. So you can see some of them sitting down there, playing with Surya, and in fact, the more the merrier. Will be very happy. And in fact, if we want to speak in the terms that many of the students want to hear, so anyone who would be keen on working with us, with our group, be it as interns or maybe with a job future or something, we are always. In fact, by the way, in our family companies, we don't have employees. By the way, I treat everyone as our partners. We are all partners. We work together under the same mission. So anyone is keen on that side of that kind of collaboration, we are more than happy. In fact, someone has good ideas and so on and so forth, can always liaise with Entrepreneurship Center, and we can think of expanding that as well. So yeah, that's how I see the whole empowerment process. Just whatever we have, share with the next generation, so that the right and meaningful way, of course. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Barkab. So you just heard the open invitation to all of us to be part of the N69 family. I believe Kun Rampai has something to add.
Yeah, I just want to add about empowerment. You have to understand the word power. Power, there's so many things. And here, how can we empower next generation? He's a the generation that I'm next generation from him. So he empowered me by empower in like power within me, because he see that I have some power in me that sometimes I don't see. You already have power within you that you don't know that you have. And so my point is like, if the opportunity come, allow them to show your power, and also at some point ask the question, what power that make you are the best of yourself? And when that you're touching that feeling, it's like, actually I really know I'm strong and I'm very resilient in everything like that, you know. So power start from here, and then together is bigger. Yes, thank you.
John, you have something to add? Professor Dito.
Yeah, I mean, the empowering, that's our job in AIT. You know, that's basically for what AIT was created more than 60 years ago, to empower, you know, people in Thailand and the region. And that's also what we do in the Entrepreneurship Center. My team, Jennifer and Praju and Urs and myself. And that's also what I do in some of my courses. It's called In the Mind of the Entrepreneur, to empower our students, you know, to also start their own business. So to empower them to become job creators and not only job seekers. I believe job creators have more choices than sometimes job seekers. So that is what we in the Entrepreneurship Center, and so understand under empowering, you know, to empower them to have more choices, do what they want, but also, of course, they have to find out what entrepreneur they really want to be. That was very good, our talk with Catch, you know. This lady Catch, she was here, and she found her way. It took her some time. She found her way to become the entrepreneur and really want to do what she really is. Yeah, it took her some time, but now she's doing it.
I think new generation need to open their mind, open the way of learning more. Because now the way we learn, we focus on one thing. Many people just focus on one thing. Like new generation, a lot of them now just focus on trading, just want to make money. But they ignore another part, another perspective of life. I think the way we look at life is narrow and narrower now. That part, it will lead to big problem in the future, because when people have narrow mind, when they become the leader, their management is very narrow too. Like you can see now, many leader of the country, like Trump or something like that, just about dealing, nothing about anything else. So we cannot live in a sustainable way if we think like that. So I think if we open our mind to learn about inside too, to learn about ecosystem, to learn about how to live together, to learn about the rule of the nature, how our life survive. We are not alone. We did not separate from anything on this earth. We need to know something like this. And then the most important thing is learn about power sharing. That's the most important thing. We don't have enough experience about power sharing. We have a lot of control, power to control. So power sharing is the most important thing. How can we respect the kid like this small? How can we listen to the kid? Not just think that we are older than them, we know better than them, so we can tell them to do whatever. So this part, I think, is the most important thing for the future, because now the world is moving toward only one direction, not enough choice. We can live in a sustainable way when we have more diversity. Diversity is security. Diversity is sustainable. Diversity is beauty. So when we have no diversity, when it collapses, the whole thing collapses. But when we have many thinking, many idea, one idea collapse, but another idea survive. And many things, our thinking is not right all the time. Some period of time, this thinking is work well, but some period of time is a problem. So I think this part for new generation, we need to learn more, not just focus only one thing, not focus to be specialized only. We need to have basic understanding about the nature, the rule of the nature, environment, society, and everything. We need to know more than that.
Thank you so much for your wise answer. How about Kun Tawisak?
นะครับในส่วนของผมเองเนี่ยนะครับในมุมมองของผมเนี่ยรุ่นเนี่ยนะครับตั้งแต่ไม่ว่าจะเป็นพี่โจนผมไล่มาเนี่ยเราสร้างปัญหาเรื่องของสังคมและสิ่งแวดล้อมให้กับโลกนี้มากเพราะเราใช้ทรัพยากรมาก่อนเด็กๆที่จะเกิดขึ้นมาในเจเนอเรชันเพราะฉะนั้นตรงเนี้ยปัญหามันเกิดที่รุ่นเราต้องเริ่มแก้ปัญหาให้เด็กรุ่นใหม่เขาเห็นว่าเราได้เริ่มแก้สิ่งที่เราทำผิดพลาดมาแล้ว ให้กับเขาได้เห็นว่าเราเริ่มทำเขาจะรู้ว่าเราช่วยแก้ไขปัญหาสิ่งที่เราสร้างไว้ เขาจะช่วยเรามาสร้างปัญหา แก้ปัญหาต่อไปจากรุ่นเราต่อไปได้วิธีไหนก็ต้องเรียนรู้จากเราด้วยนะครับ อันนี้คือสิ่งที่เราจะต้องถ่ายทอดกลับไปเขา แต่เราต้องเริ่มแก้นะครับ ถ้าเราไม่เริ่มแก้เขาจะไม่รู้วิธีแก้เขาจะโทษเราอย่างเดียวว่า เราเป็นคนสร้างปัญหาไว้ให้เขานี่คือสิ่งที่เราจะต้องสร้างแรงบันดาลใจเขากลับมาช่วยเราแก้ปัญหาที่เราสร้างไว้
One aspect from Puputนะคะ, he said actually the generation that causing a lot of environment problem is our generation 50 60 something already that we already use so much resources so we have to be the one who make like a role model that we can solve this problem and so then it can inspire the next generation that we not just create the problem or extract the resources, but we also can regenerative the resources for the next generation as well. Very good point.
Very good point indeed. I think you well summarized the opinions of all our panelists. Tungish, I believe we have 1 to 2 questions before we end the panel discussion. So we open the floor for questions.
So if anyone wants to ask our esteemed panelists any questions, or if you want to discuss anything, we can have 2 questions or discussions. So if any of you want to discuss anything, kindly raise your hand. Youth empowerment.
Anything, any question at all, you can just ask.
Kun Parot, you have anything?
So, Kudas Nakap, you just mentioned that you are going to have the session for Seed 2.0 in January. So, what is the, just to know, it is about the same scope and extension in details, or is about the new concepts or something else that you are going to
Seed 2.0. So seed is like as it was mentioned in the morning during his keynote by our chairman. So we see seed as a tool basically to bring some changes, right? Changes in the current status quo, where basically the entire thought process is very narrow. Like we really want to use it as a forum to empower the next generation in the real sense. When I say in the real sense, I mean just let them realize that that like the entire process, the entire ecosystem that they're in currently, right? Just focus on the best grades, best thesis, then try and figure out to get the best job, and the current definitions of success, that someone who drives a nice car is very successful, even though that puts the person in things like that. So basically, we really want to initiate like whatever we have done. Of course, it's not going to be a repetition of this, what has been transpired during the Seed 1.0. It'll be an extension of this. We would be adding maybe more new facets, more new features, more updates, because some of our projects are of similar projects of like sustainable projects are pretty much at its beginning now. So we believe in next 3 months we'll be having some good progress, especially the nationwide project that we are working on the zero organic waste initiative, things like that. So what we intend to do in SID 2.0 is maybe very quickly recap what has been discussed in SID 1.0, then provide the extension of that, like the next phases. Obviously, our target is to have it in Chiang Mai, near Pan Pan community, most likely the place where actually you had been earlier. So that might be the base, and then we use Pan Pan Pania project as the places for the hands-on. So definitely we're going to have the hands-on experience of the things that we have seen only in pictures, and so that will basically create more clarity. Like there is a word called, I think, seeing is believing, but seeing on paper shouldn't be just the believing, right? So when people can go and experience. So we really focus on that aspect.
Okay, thank you very much, Kat. That's something that I'm looking for the hands-on for the Seed 2.0.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
that's pretty much it. And in fact, maybe, God willing, I mean, if everything goes as planned, SID 2.0 can even maybe pave the ways for, creation of some, I don't know, jobs, internships and things like that for the participants as well. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what we are looking forward.
Okay, thank you very much, Kat. Okay.
Thank you, Khun Bharat. Any other question? Anything to add or? Maybe not. Maybe not. So I think we can end our panel discussion.
Before we end, I would just like to ask each panelist just one sentence. What seed should the participants carry away today in one sentence? Starting with John.
I think what you can carry away is the feeling with no fear. Don't let fear control you. Do what you really want to do. Freedom is the most precious thing in our life, especially freedom of thinking, freedom to design our life. I think that's the most important thing.
I'll just repeat what was discussed, what was mentioned in the morning keynote address, that we believe Seed 1.0 has put some seeds in each one of you. So try to see that what is the best thing that you have acquired here, and focus towards, amplifying that for the betterment of nothing else. Don't worry about your parents, society, earth, world, nothing. You see how it can benefit you, because only when you can serve everything, your parents, your family, your society, earth, universe, everything, only when you are strong yourself. So try to figure out what has given Seed 1.0, what is given to you, and how it can enable you to be a better human being, and so that you can, serve self first and everything else in the process. Yeah. Thank you.
So what can you carry back is it's a compassion for yourself. Because sometimes I feel like most of us beating ourselves up for something, achieve something. We have to work so hard or study so much. But if you allow to just be yourself and kind of like at least love yourself in the way that who you are, and maybe that space can allow you to see the inner child in there who already being a dreamer or change maker when you was young, but the society or your parents kind of force you or push you in the way that make your dream disappear or something. So yeah, compassion, listen to your inner child, what you want to do ค่ะคำถามคืออยากฝากอะไรให้น้องๆว่าอยากเอาความรู้สึกไหนกลับไปวันนี้
นะครับก็วันนี้ตั้งแต่เช้านั่งฟังนะครับว่าทั้งความรู้ทั้งอะไรต่างๆที่เข้ามานะครับ ก็อยากจะฝากในเรื่องของการจัดการเรื่องสิ่งแวดล้อมนี่แหละนะครับ เพราะทุกคนมีส่วนที่ต้องรับผิดชอบ กับสิ่งที่เราสร้างขึ้นและสิ่งที่เราใช้ไปแล้วก็ผลกระทบมากับเรานะครับ เพราะฉะนั้นเราทุกคนก็คงจะต้องมาจัดการในสิ่งที่เราได้สร้างปัญหาไว้นะครับ แล้วก็มามีส่วนร่วมในการจัดการพร้อมๆกันนะครับ เราไม่ใช่หน้าที่คนใดคนหนึ่งครับแต่เป็นหน้าที่ของทุกๆคนที่จะต้องมาช่วยกันนะครับ ที่จะมาเรียนรู้แล้วก็จัดการไปพร้อมกับการใช้วิธีการที่ง่ายนะครับ แล้วก็ไปในทางที่เดียวกัน ไม่ว่าจะเป็นเทคโนโลยีหรือต่างๆ ก็ใช้สามารถเอามาใช้เสริมกันได้อะไรต่างๆครับก็ขอให้เราช่วยแก้ปัญหาสิ่งแวดล้อมดีกว่านะครับ
So for Piput นะคะ so he want to ask you guys to take responsibility as a human on earth to taking care of the environment. Here is not a duty of one person or two, it's all community and you are part of the community and you should take responsibility for your part to give back to the earth also.
So when you wake up in the morning, you should be very eager to go to the class or to your research lab or to your job. So if that's not the case many times, then something is wrong. And if you want to change it, don't listen to to others. Don't listen to the economy. Some industries, they go up and down. You know, don't follow these trends. They are useless. Just do what you believe yourself, because those trends and all these things, they will change. They will be better. They will be worse. They're unstable. But you, as yourself, you will find your stability and just do what you like most. If you do this, you will be very good in it. You will be happy and successful. Very simple.
Thank you so much to all our panelists. Please, everyone, let's give them a round of applause. We have come to the end of our program, but before we go, I would like to ask Mr. Berga for his vote of thanks. Mr. Berga, please.
So I think the vote of thanks obviously would go to all you, the participants, for being so patiently listening to all this. And I believe, we are somewhat successful in bringing some, seeds of thought into each one of you. And we look forward that we hope that this initiative goes a long way. And in fact, even with or without a seed, maybe 100.0, 1000.0 keep on going ahead. So basically, I believe that, things have to move. We're talking about sustainability, right? So it's the sustainability, it has to move from generation to generation, right? So if this movement can move on, so we believe it can just go on, and maybe some of you who might have stepped in as a participant today, you might be, running and taking this legacy forward. So that's what is our aspiration. And thanks so much, Pijo, for taking time out of your so busy schedule. And of course, Punta Isak, Rampai and Professor Dita, I won't thank much because I think it's our day-to-day thing. So and thanks everyone from our office, and of course the generation who's actually already we have started transferring the load. So basically, Kwan has to be here in maybe seat 6.0 เตรียมตัวนะวันนี้ seat 1.0 seat 2.0 ในมกราเดือนปีหน้าประเมินได้เลย seat 6.0 มาเมื่อไหร่วันนั้นก็ขวัญต้องนั่งอยู่นี่นะนะแล้วก็เนินก็ต้องตามมา Okay, so that's pretty much. So thanks everyone for your time, and of course, one of my support, long-time brother, Kun Sydney, sitting down there very quietly because I can sit out here because he's sitting back there and taking care of affairs back in the office. So thank you so much. So thanks to you too, Nan. I think you're also doing the same thing because while I'm sitting busy with our friends, so she's also clearing a few things because of which I think certain errands of the office, like so that's how we are basically living. This is our ecosystem that while we can be anywhere, and maybe this is another thing that technology has brought to us, that in spite of staying here, we are staying connected to this and at the same time connected to the thing that creates all the avenues for us. So thank you everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you. Kun baby, because tomorrow I think you are the one who has to take the ship. So thank you in advance. Thank you, Kap.
Thank you. I think you have a
Yes.
gift to give.
So we have one more present.
Oh yes, please,
Yes. It's an AIT bag, but it's from DN69 family. Yeah, from the organization committee, DN69 and AIT. Yeah, that's what's for you. Thank you. Okay. Good. And one more. So thank you very much for joining us today. And I think we will see you tomorrow. Yeah.
Thank you.
So thank you so much. So can we take a quick picture around the panelists? Maybe everyone can gather in front and let's have a quick picture together to souvenir for this moment.